Reading a spiritual book can be a very powerful and effective way of bringing inner calm and joy to ourselves and the people around us. When we read a good spiritual book, our mind becomes attuned to a much higher vibrational frequency. And as a result, our way of life starts to change. Once our attitude becomes more aligned with nature, the more our mind becomes present with life, the more sensitive we become, and the more sensitive we become, naturally we start to operate from a place of unity rather than a place of selfishness. The wonderful thing about reading a spiritual book is that you don't necessarily need to read a lot of the book. You can just read 1 or 2 sentences out of the book every day. And that can have the power of completely shifting your mind. If you continuously open a spiritual book every day and read 1 paragraph in it and put it aside and really ponder what you read, that will have just as much of a result as reading more. If you keep it simple and easy, your mind will much more likely be inclined in doing what you need to do. And reading spiritual knowledge should be kept the same way. It should be kept simple and easy so that your mind will gravitate towards it with love. And it doesn't see it as an assignment that it needs to undertake, that it kind of is not looking forward to. But reading a paragraph out of a good spiritual book that you found, watching a video for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that really will help give you insight and awareness in your daily activity. In a way, it's really enough to get started. Because the little amount of positivity that you induce in your mind will slowly become infectious and infect the rest of the mind. And before you know it, your mind has fallen in love with truth, and you've reached a whole new level of awareness and understanding about life. All it took was just a few sentences a day, a few paragraphs a day, every day. Slowly, that has the power of building great knowledge within your mind. It's also effective because you won't be overwhelmed, and the knowledge that you partake, you can try to apply it in your life. So that way you're actually following both aspects of it. You're gaining the knowledge and you're putting the knowledge into practice. Regardless, even if you gain the knowledge and you don't put it into practice, it will still benefit you to a certain degree. So there's never a reason not to read the knowledge, even if you're not going to apply it, because the knowledge will go into your mind and it will affect your subconscious mind. And you will still see the benefits of it in some time to come. When you plant a seed, it takes sometimes a week before you see it sprout and come up from the soil. When we practice spirituality and we take actions to awaken our mind, we may not see the result the moment we take the action. But believe me that in time, that seed is going to sprout and it will bring great benefit to you. And when the result does come to you, when the peace does come to you from the effort and the knowledge that you gained, it's very important that at that moment you use that peace to go further and deeper into yourself and gain more knowledge and wisdom. If you have a company and the company makes you a lot of money, at that moment, the best thing to do is to take that money and reinvest it into making your company stronger and bigger. If your company makes money and you take that money and you just spend it, then your company is not going to grow nearly as fast as if you take the money and you reinvest it back. When the peace and the tranquility comes to you as a result of the hard work that you've done in your spiritual attempts, don't spend that valuable energy and wisdom. Instead, invest it back into yourself. Use that awareness to go deeper with it. Use that awareness to open your mind to greater truth and greater knowledge. Awakening is so precious because, like a light bulb that turns on, it not only gives light to you, but it gives light to your surrounding as well. The best way to bring success to your loved ones is by gaining spiritual light and awareness. In gaining spiritual light and awareness, you will be able to shine that on your loved ones, on your company, on your neighbors. That's how much of an effect we have as humans on each other. When our action of success becomes more than just for ourselves, but rather for a large group of people, we will find much greater motivation within us to want to pursue those acts of goodness. Because we're going to look at our loved ones and we're going to say to ourselves, if not for me at least for them. Wow, my actions are going to bring so much benefit, not only to me, but to all my surrounding. I want to be that great light that shines awareness everywhere around me. And that is generally how good karma works and bad karma works. If you have good karma, that means that you're very conscious and you're very bright, and wherever you go, you bring your brightness and you make everything better for everyone around you, and naturally that success will ripple back to you continuously over and over. But if you're having bad vibes and your aura is dark and you're bringing darkness to people around you, you're bringing stress to people around you, naturally that stress and darkness is going to have an effect on their life. It's going to dim their life. And they will not be able to perform as well. They will not have the success that they wish to have. And that will ripple back to you. It's very important to have good karma in any endeavor that we wish to take, because in a way, life is full of darkness. And if you don't have a strong flashlight to cut through the darkness, you may just spin around yourself in circles. The more awareness we have, the more light we have, the more we're able to shine on the darkness and move through it with grace. And not just for ourselves, but for all those that are around us, that are connected to us.